Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is the game called Alpujarras. This is by Steve Finn of Dr. Finn's Games. This is how to set up, play and review video. This game has been partially set up. We are looking to get a world full of bounty, ultimately deploying various different farmers and also collecting fruit by earning the most dirhams to win the game. So this is a game whereby, similar to Decado, you'll be moving mules around this track as far as you like, and the person at the back is then going to go until eventually everybody has reached this end position. Now this is set up as a 2-3 player game, but you can play as a 4-side if you happen to play on the green side. There's also a solo mode available too. Now if you're playing this as a 2, then you basically are going to play with Zara, who is going to be playing with a die, and you're going to be moving that person 1 or 2 or 3 spaces. And I have zoomed out. I'm aware I've got some baggies in shot to show some extra components as well. And this is kind of a Euro style game, a resource management game, whereby you're looking to go to various locations. So this game in particular has been partially played, and I'm just going to show you kind of what you do, so you can see as you start off. So the person at the back is going to go first, so green is going to go, and they're going to go, let's say, here, and now green can bring out, in this case, 2 of their farmers, and they can place them wherever they want. We do have some player aids telling you what you can do. So you can add the farmer and take the fruit from the board. So I might want to add it here to take this fruit, and of course that's going to go in my supply obviously for green, and I might want to place it over here to take this fruit, so orange. What do you want to take and why? Well, you can sell them later on, and in this case you can get yourself 2 dirhams, that's 2 victory points, for obviously selling as many grapes as you want, obviously apples, and as you sell them they're going to move to the back, and of course everything's going to shuttle along. But you can also get other points by selling certain things, certain amounts of them, and you sell them by going to the town. These are basically the farming locations, but you can go into the villages or the towns to basically sell them. So that's that first base. The next one is probably better in some respects because it does the same action, but it does give you what's called a noria. We have this representing 1 noria and this that represents 3. Over here it tells you what you can spend them on. So for example, you can change things around. You can move your farmer. So I can move my farmer, let's say I was this guy, across here, and you're going to pick up what you land on. So I'm going to take myself a lemon. Over here, I can choose to bring out another farmer. If you spend 3, if you have 4 and you spend them, you're bringing out a farmer and getting a dirham. 5, you're spending a farmer and getting 3 dirhams. Now, there's a hand limit, let's say, of 5 of these. So what's going to happen is if you're going to get any more, you're just going to spend them, get your bonuses, and then take the noria that you're going to be landing on. Over here, this is irrigation. So let's say this person went here, and blue happened to have gone here. And what this represents is, again, exactly the same stuff, but you can irrigate. This means you're placing down a piece, and you can place anything you like as long as it's starting from, obviously, a bit that's gone out. So this piece has already gone out, so you can place a piece here. Let's start off with, I know, something simple. So imagine we'd place this piece here. You're going to get yourself a noria. You can also be placing out a special token, a token of your choice, and it's going to go down here. It can't simply match where the currently location is, and it means that you are going to take from supply 1 orange in this case, and you're going to place 2 oranges at this location, so something that's a bit more orange is more plentiful. The next person is going to do something similar. In this case, they could do that, in which case is similar. You get dirham instead of a noria, and again, you're going to, this person's already placed out, let's say, grapes. But the next person to go along has to be a straight piece, but in this case, you're going to get yourself a dirham and a noria. Of course, the next person's going to get 3 or 2, etc. So that's going to keep going out. Again, that's just giving you single stuff, just giving it straight up dirham over to this kind of location, which what this represents is if this person had gone here, then this person can't then lowball it and keep moving in this location. You can never stay in one location once. You must leave the kind of area that you are in. So what this represents, obviously, you wouldn't want to go there because there's no benefit, but over here you get additional benefits in addition to what this represents, a market action, whereby you can, in this case, get yourself a dirham, or in this case, you can try to complete a goal card. So these are double-sided. So what this represents is you're trying to have 3 people in one location. So red could claim this, and they're going to place their farmer on here, getting themselves 3 dirhams, and you can see you can get other stuff too. You can flip these over for a different game experience. 2 in 2 locations, similar kind of benefits. 3 different of these special tiles when you sell, which I'll come back onto. 3 different fruit. And this one I was working on for most of the game, but we didn't manage to do it until we got over to this kind of part of the board. And that basically means you have sold 4 locations. So you've sold it into 4 different locations to get yourself 5 dirhams. And again, switching over, you have sold to 2 different locations twice. Now, if for some reason you can't complete one of those, you can complete more on a future turn by taking one of these extra kind of gold tokens. You complete 2 on a future turn that you manage to reach one of these locations. This one means you're placing a farmer specifically in this location, matching the colour. This one means you take any one fruit, and of course in that gold thing again. And let's just finally talk about this one. So what you can do is you're going to move a farmer from a town. So in this case, if I happen to be red, and I happen to have 2, 4, or 3 of the respective item, then I could sell those items. By doing this, you're going to get the benefit, and you're going to take these tokens. Tokens are important because if you've got 3 different colours of tokens, then of course you can claim this one. You can only claim each of these once, by the way. And yeah, so this basically represents your field to town, basically returning fruit for a delivery token and returning fruit to a delivery card or for a delivery card. So you can try and do these ones too. Now, the last thing to talk about is harvesting. So again, no actual extra benefit, but here gets the fruit of your choice. This gets you 2 victory points, i.e. dirhams. And what you're doing over here is you are basically earning primary fruit in farmlands where you have the most farmers, and you're taking fruit from the supply. So in this case, we look around and we can see that red, now if I happen to be red, so let's just switch this over for a second, then the red, what they would be getting is they are dominating here, not including this one location, but if you're dominating or in a 3-player game, if you're tying, then you're able to take the dominant fruit. So the dominant fruit over here, you can see it's kind of a light colour, represents lemons, this green represents greens, and you can double check that by seeing the sickle symbol. So if you're equal or most, you get an extra one of those from the supply. It doesn't come from here. So they'll take a lemon, so red will be taking a lemon here. They wouldn't take it here. Obviously, you might want to move people in to position yourself to take cherries, and over here, no one's going to get this one, and other stuff here too. That's pretty much how it's going to go. You're going to keep on going round until eventually everybody reaches the end location, and of course, if you do it first, you'll be stopping here and getting yourself 3 victory points too. That pretty much covers everything off. In terms of anything to be aware of, there's a few tiny other bits, but make sure you check out the comments and the description in YouTube as well for any kind of updates. And at the end of the game, any leftover fruit and norias basically divided by 3 to get yourself a point each. I had briefly mentioned about that 2-player game. There'll be a dice distancing video as well to see how far dice roll and whether or not you are going to need a dice tray. Aside from that, like I said, there are some solo rules as well. There's also an expansion that came in the Kickstarter edition here, and what it basically lets you do is you're bringing out an extra location that goes across here, and it means if you have the most workers, you can take 2 fruit. There's a few other alternatives as well that you can play with. There's 5 of them, you're going to be playing with 4 of them, and it might give you a bit more impetus to try and have the most people in a location. I think there's only 1 or 2 other things I wanted to cover off. I can't recall the top of them now. I think it relates to this one, and that is when you happen to complete this, if you happen to get a new crop bonus, you can actually take this as well. So yeah, so let me double check about that one. But what this represents is if you complete this and you sell, sorry, that was it, when you sell into here, you can take the benefits. So in this case, you can take yourself an extra worker and bring them out, an extra farmer, anyway you like. And when you flip it over, now the next person, they can get themselves a fruit of any type, and then that's going to disappear off. So you get 2 money, and then you can flip it, etc. All these things, by the way, what they're happening is, sorry, these things here is when you spend and you complete them, you're also going to get yourself, flip them over at the end, 3 points. It's always the amount of fruit plus 1. So in this case, it's going to be 5, etc. So that says 5, that says 3, so you're going to get 4 points at the end of the game. So yeah, that's the game. My friends really liked it. They've asked numerous times they want to play it again. Of course, this is modular. It's obviously variable. Check out my other videos from Steve Finn, such as for Herbaceous Sprouts, and other games. I think For the King as well, which is the implementation of Biblios, and other games as well are going to be recorded as well by obviously the designer. I hope you found this of interest. Again, I didn't even notice this, but there are some gold cards at the back that kind of tell you stuff. And yes, in terms of the artwork and stuff like that, it felt a little bit bland, and I felt that sometimes the color coding was a bit too, for me at least, quite difficult to spot. I don't think anyone else seems to struggle with that. And sometimes, of course, it's very difficult to predict on your turn how far ahead to go. I think it is best probably as a 3 or a 4, because as a 2, obviously you are having to spend an extra turn just to be moving somebody else around, which might not appeal to some people, but I have people who have said they do want to play this with me as a 2 who already have played it as a 3. So that is something that people have enjoyed. In terms of everything else, I'm trying to find the thing. Oh yes, if you first deliver the fruit, yes, you'll be flipping this token over as I mentioned. But yeah, lovely components, very, very nice. The Noria things, I don't know why, but seeing cogs and calling them Noria just seems to just be a little off for me, but I do like the irrigation element, and obviously the fact you can spend these to do stuff with them too. But yeah, I hope you found this of interest. Of course, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll be speaking to you on the next one. But for now, this has been Alpujarras, obviously Steve Finn again, back to the table.